Hello and welcome to The Fighter's Take, brought to you by BetDSI. My name's Hollywood Joe Tussing, former pro fighter, MMA trainer. I'll be your host for this evening, so thank you for joining me. Tonight we're watching UFC 229, the biggest fight in UFC history, Khabib versus Conor, and we got an outstanding fight, an outstanding main event between the Dagestani and the Irishman. Khabib Nurmagomedov comes away with a fourth round submission of the notorious Conor McGregor. Before we get to the fight, take a look down in the description. You will find a link over to BetDSI. Follow the link, sign up for an account. They will give you up to $500 free money with your first deposit. So now back to the biggest fight in UFC history, a star-studded night. I even saw the most lethal weapon in the crowd. I'm talking about Mel Gibson. Just a crazy amount of celebrities came out to watch the biggest fight in UFC history, Khabib versus Conor. The first round started with Conor walking straight out and trying to walk down Khabib. He landed the first left hand he threw. It looked like Khabib didn't like that punch at all, so he shot a very low single. Almost looked like he caught a knee on his way down, but he was able to grab a hold of Conor McGregor's foot, went for the Iranian position, and in some real good grappling shown by McGregor, he reached over, grabbed for the crotch lift, and was able to hold on and defend the single leg very well for about a minute or so, up and down. Really good scramble to start the fight out, but Khabib was ultimately able to get the fight over to the cage and lock up both of McGregor's legs. He didn't really do much ground and pound in the first, just held on to McGregor through the entire first round. In the second round, started out with McGregor trying to walk Khabib down, and shortly after the round began, Khabib caught McGregor with a beautiful overhand right. Probably the first time we've ever even seen McGregor get hit with a punch that stumbled him. He fell to his back. Khabib rushed him and got on top and spent the entire second round landing ground and pound and talking smack to Conor McGregor. Khabib looked very good in the second round. Super surprised to see him catch Conor McGregor so easily with that overhand right. In the third round, it looked like the tide of the fight might be turning. Conor McGregor really walking down Khabib, landing a lot of body kicks, a lot of left hands, was able to fend a couple takedowns and even get up from the ground when he was taken down. Might have been the only round in the fight that Conor McGregor won. In the fourth round, more of the Dagestani just dragging Conor McGregor to the ground and imposing his will. He was able to get Conor's back against the cage, sank in a face crank. He had the rear naked choke position, but it was over top of the jaw. Conor McGregor could have fought out of this position. If he was really in this fight, he could have taken the pain from the face squeeze and continued to turn in and tried to fight out of it. But instead, just like Khabib called in the lead up to this fight, he tapped the chicken, Conor McGregor, and Khabib moves to 27-0, the most dominant fighter in UFC lightweight history. Just an outstanding performance from Khabib. He was able to take the power shots from the left hand of McGregor, able to land some takedowns. His top game was just super powerful, super ruthless, and Conor McGregor, even though he showed some glimpses of good grappling in this fight, he just wasn't ready to defend everything that Khabib was planning on doing. We all knew what the plan was for Khabib, and even Conor, with a full year after the Maymack fight to prepare for this, was not able to stop the Dagestani monster, Khabib Nurmagomedov, and still the 155-pound UFC champion. Biggest fight in UFC history, star-studded night, an outstanding card from beginning to end. Great fight between Pettis and Ferguson. Outstanding fights from Waterson. Great fight from Dominick Reyes. Just an all-around great card, and it's finished off with a supreme performance by the best 155-pound fighter on the planet. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget, take a look down in the description. You'll find a link over to BetDSI. Sign up for an account, make your first deposit, and BetDSI will match that deposit all the way up to $500. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you guys at the next UFC.